So it's I just opened up today. Yesterday was a pretty good day. I didn't get any physical customers, but I did get some good phone calls and some good conversations, actually, which I actually did not do one important step. And for everyone that may be somewhat new. Actually, I don't think I really announced this to anyone, but I guess so now. So, for unless you're on the YouTube already, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. So I'm on YouTube. So my YouTube is Rashad's Journey. That is my other YouTube, and I will be documenting the process of opening up Ship Burlington and my experience with this particular process and what I'm learning. I've kind of went back and thought about and have verbalized all of the things that it took to open up the business. I believe maybe not step by step. So I guess I'll probably do that. I always keep teasing this every time. I have a document, and I'm a Gemini, Mercury and Gemini, so I may change my voice a lot. I'm not gonna lie. That is just with my self node and Leo as well. First and seventh house, Leo and Aquarius rising. If that means anything to you, but so that's why we're talking about documents, writing, uh, me documenting the processes of opening up this business, right? So this is the document that I created is S1 Management Daily Note. That's not what policies and procedures is the document that I have been parading around for some time now. And this document is actually me notating everything throughout this process, who I have been working with, what vendors and businesses I've had to contact, the contact numbers if it's needed, um, even the calendar days of the postal service and how they work. I've also kind of what I'm going off as far as scheduling and will do for my future employees is give them the holiday off, and I work the day before the holiday. Most of like Independence Day, Christmas, New Year's, Easter, Memorial Day, the postal services are closed. There are some days that it may be modified. It is saying so. I'll check in with the FedEx and some of those partners, see what's going on in UPS, USPS to go off of their schedule because as far as us, what we do not want to do is miss someone's package and delivery because we're not present because that is our job to be here to be present for those who cannot, you know. Um, and that was actually part of the phone call yesterday as well. But yeah, so during this process, I'll tell you about that. But during this process, what I've been doing is documenting almost everything, like who I'm working with, anytime postal, their phone numbers, and I'll just go through kind of like a 5 to 10 minute video on each tab eventually, and just talk about that particular process and my experience with that particular process. Okay. So, and then this will also be, I don't know if I want to put it for sale, to be honest, but it could be up to negotiation. It's kind of like my baby at this point. I fell in love with my documentation. Because of supplies, even down to our business costs in our Excel spreadsheet as well, what all of expenses have been. So you know exactly what's expected as far as investment when opening up this type of business. And to be honest, I think there is a need in certain areas around America. I think what we don't look at, and one thing we underestimate, is that society grows exponentially, you know? So there's going to be people moving to areas that there wasn't people at before, you know? So as cities grow and places grow and you know things open up, there will be opportunities for something like this in another location. You know, there may be a location where you're not even looking at the fact that there's no FedEx, UPS, USPS in one area, and there's only maybe one or two of those stores, and you gotta drive 5 or 10 minutes away. As long as it is outside of 4 miles, you're okay to partner with UPS and FedEx. That's the first criteria that they look for. After you get past that, you're almost in the green. Okay. The only other thing that you have to do really is make sure you have a store, you know, and some capital after that, really. So, me coming in this morning, what I was thinking about, the process that I'm working on now, is marketing. So this is why I kind of flipped on the camera, because I want to kind of get it kind of live, almost in a way, of the process and my ideas, even if you have ideas, because I don't know it all. That's why I'm here now, actually. Like I called up my man Jeezy one time, but he has a service-based business, and he was telling me the marketing website that he uses for his service-based business, which he does industrial cleaning, like he cleans. Actually, I don't think it's just industrial. I think it may be apartments too, possibly. You know, like people personal homes maybe. But he uses a particular website for marketing, and they do cold calling for him to businesses, and they get him business. And he said he's actually been overbooked, like he has too much going on because of that type of resource. So those are the resources that I need for my business. I do have Teradel. I have. Let me tell you why I use the market now. Actually, ooh, did I save it here? I know it's in my email, so I can't show you my actual email. So what I did to kind of keep track within my emails is that I put a tab. That's probably something you want to do, is make tabs of everybody that you're contacting. I've never used this before, and yeah. And it was very smart of me to do that from the beginning, which is kind of easy. You can go through and search people names and stuff, but that has really helped with the emails and keeping up who I email about marketing. So the marketing guys I've spoken to so far has been Next Day Flyers, um, Click to Mail, and right now I have so much going on mentally. I'm trying to make sure I don't forget what I want to tell you over there, because I didn't write everything down. And that's how my brain works. And actually, when I talk to people, when I'm talking to myself, like the skill to stay focused and to memorize things is something that I did not get. I was not blessed with that. I have a horrible memory. My dad, actually, my biological dad, taught me when I was 24, 25, who really didn't come into my life until about 21, 22, as far as having conversations. Maybe 18, 17, he picked me up for my sister's birthday. We had a conversation then. Then we might went out to eat, but you know, you can count that on your hands. So over the past 10 years, I've really got to know him. But knowing your parents and knowing who they are, you can actually find out certain traits and flaws, and you know, and learn about yourself. It's crazy how you are a seed of your parents, right? And how DNA is, it just splits and copies, and based upon the time period is what you have. You know, most important thing to know is your birth date, and the time you was born. So, and from there, those things you can find a little. But anyways, so Tony Smith from USPS was my first contact, um, as far as marketing and leading me to those other resources. So, uh, signing up with USPS, that was a great help, and with the sales team, the inside sales representative. Um, wait, because they wasn't great help. They wasn't at all. In the beginning, I didn't even know the difference between a what is that, PS 1583A and a 1583 form. There's a difference between those two forms. And the 15, what is it, the 1583? Make sure I'm saying that right? Yeah. So PS 1583 is just you authorizing a mail agency application for delivery of mail, right? And a PS 1583A is to become a authorized shipping agency, or authorized mail receiver on the benefits of other people. And so I had no idea what that was at first. And I don't even like how we even was able to sign up and get through that process was only God. you know, Commercial Mail Receiving Agency. That's what it's, Commercial Mail Receiving. CMRA. That's what it is called. A application to become a CMRA. So I did understand that, Commercial Mail Receiving Agency, but I didn't know the two different forms that I filled out, two different forms for a 1583 and a 1583A. So I didn't know. So I learned that through in the middle of really the process, almost in a way, when I got to the virtual mailboxes. So that's when I remembered of how to do that. So Click to Mail, Next Day Flyers, and Teradel are the mailing marketing services that he referred me to. And also EDDM is direct mail. Every direct door marketing, I think, is part of USPS's marketing tool. Every door direct mail, yep, is so from every door direct mail, a cool marketing thing based on your unique business needs. Make sure I get the right one. What it allows you to do is bring up a map, and you can actually get the area and how much those people make in a certain zip code. So in your particular area, I can see exactly how many houses, how many apartments, how many businesses are in this area. Not, does it go to the apartments? It does. Kind of, sort of, I think. So it tells you exactly how much it would cost to market in this particular area as well. So let me take you through that process. So let's say this is about 2,700 houses, 2,780 houses, right? So the thing with us is we want to target apartments. We are more of a benefit to people in apartments. They work a lot more, and they get their packages stolen a lot more. So it is actually safer for apartments to have mailboxes than it would be. I don't want to say safer, but so apartments benefit from having mailboxes more than maybe a house would. But that doesn't mean we can't be beneficial to someone that has a house. They may work a lot. They may not be there, depending on what type of neighborhood they stay in, if they have a fence, if they don't have a fence, all of those things go into, as far as housing and houses. If you have an at-home business, then I would recommend probably having a mailbox. It will be very beneficial for you to have a mailbox, actually, because now you're not, because to authorize or to um, do certain things as far as banking, you cannot use a PO box, right? And then you don't want to use your home address because it's going to come up as your home. So using a certified mail agency that can certify you with a street address and that has a shipping address and mailbox. You have your own mailbox. You have your own street address that you can ship to. It is way more beneficial to you because now you look more legitimate as a business. You look more professional, right? As far as applications, and you don't have your credit score getting crossed with your business, so now you're clearing up your credit for your business, starting out on a clean slate as far as your credit and your business, and doing your paperwork, taxes and all those things. You're not getting your business paperwork and your home mixed up, right? So it's first thing that anyone tells you to is separate your business from your personal information. So one of the best things and ways to separate your business and your personal information is certifying or having a mailbox. So most businesses and a lot of businesses do have mailboxes, especially at-home businesses. And I was just in a multi-million dollar neighborhood and area, and that's all I seen was businesses getting packages and shippings and having mailboxes. Those are the majority holders of mailboxes. But and along with, but anyways, so yeah, so it doesn't. So at the top here, you can see how many businesses and residential homes that you're looking at. Okay, so you can do residential only, or you can do residential and business routes. And it will give you the street code for each. Which type of routes would you like to select? City PO boxes, no PO boxes, rural highway. Next up, let me sign in. So you don't need an account to see that, actually. And another thing that you can actually see is, or get a good look at, is the age in the area, the income in the area. So it tell you like what's the average income for this area here, and you can get that route code from clicking on it. So that gives you the route code. You'll take that route code and give that to USPS whenever you want to do this yourself. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today, is actually studying and learning how to do this part of the marketing myself, where I don't have to depend on the third party. And once we get the proper printers, I don't even have to print any from anywhere else either. But there's a printer guy right next to us as well, to be honest. So yeah, so you can see how many residential and how many businesses in the area. You can't really see how many apartments. That's one of the things that we wanted to do. The marketing company that we hired, or that we're going to go through, probably is Terradale, and they can break it down to the apartments. So I have to make sure I follow up with the meeting with her before we really go that route. But again, so we want to target businesses and apartments, right? Really, the businesses, like I said, can benefit if they do a lot of shipping. They can just ship through us and use us, So I have to go out and kind of pass out some business cards. I passed out some things before. I passed out some flyers, but I'm gonna go back to those same businesses and making sure they have our cards as well, because we didn't have any cards at that particular time. So yeah, that's a great tool, and like I said, it gives you the average cost based upon which one that you click. So How much does it cost? Approximate cost is about 22.3, cents. And the more that you do, the price changes as well as far as cost per door. So let's say if now I got 13 routes instead of a little bit that I have. I haven't crossed that barrier yet. Let me see. I'll take that out. But yeah, you'll go in there and see the cost. But so my goal today is to work on marketing. So now we're back to the book, right? So I'm trying to think of different ways that I can market the business. And also, what I've learned is it's really not a lot to do. You don't want to have dead time or dead space, especially when you're a new business or just opening up. There's always something that you can learn, throughout the day. And the last 2 days, I caught myself not doing nothing. And I kind of got scared because I was like, that's a bad thing because one, you don't have customers. How you gonna get paid? And then two, I got comfortable. Like I did all of this work and I think I looked with the balloons on the floor. I'm gonna take those up because there's no celebration yet. I think with everything going on, it's like, we did it. No, the job's not done. People don't know about you, the job is not done. It is good to maybe try to do some marketing throughout the process and to do blogs and those things throughout the process. But I think one thing I kind of did not want to do was show something unfinished. But actually, that's what I'm doing now, because there's a lot of things that's not finished, and I think that's also comes from me having past things that I failed at that didn't quite work out, and I was talking about it avidly and preaching and shouting about it, and it didn't work out. So coming into this, I think I've gotten scared about speaking about this process and putting out this process, and it's not finished, and when it wasn't finished. But that was dumb, not, I pat myself on the back. It's okay. But it was totally fine. It would have been okay if I really got on camera and showed you all the process. But like I said, because you never know, who wants to do something like this for themselves in the future. Like I said, spaces grow. So showing you all the little things that I do throughout, I think should and will help the next person, hopefully, from these videos. But so marketing, that is something that really what inspired me to really get on it. What was I was drowsing over, almost falling asleep over here, looking for information, trying to make videos. I can't say it was a lot of downtime because I do get on my phone, TikTok, and look at videos and redo videos, but that's not really productive. I would say if you want to do, I think that is productive. It can be productive, but I would say give your employees maybe 20 to 30 minutes TikTok time to productively search for videos to redo. Search for videos within your sector, division for you to recreate and redo for your business. I do think that's important because people laugh, people use social media. So I don't think that your page or your business page should be dry and not have videos or commentary and those things, interactive things, especially if you don't have enough money to make real commercials at the moment. So actually, that's another thing. Speaking of commercials, one of my ideas was do a commercial based on the phone call that I got. Time back into the phone call. The phone call that I got yesterday. um, for lost package for FedEx. Yeah, so yeah, we're real time. With you're here. We're brainstorming together. This may be one of my longer videos because of that reason. Uh, like I said, I didn't want to have like long videos, to be honest. Um, so I got a phone call yesterday while I was on TikTok. So there was two things. So there was the girl who inspired me about marketing, TV ads, which somebody else called me and kind of inspired me. And I didn't really think about it until now, TV ads. And then the FedEx girl called me. So first we're going to the FedEx girl because I said the commercial. So what I'm thinking about is doing a commercial based upon the conversation and the call that I got yesterday where a girl called and she was trying to track her FedEx package. And she couldn't get no help. Trying to think what time it was. Maybe about 4 to 5, maybe around 4 to 5, maybe, or possibly, yeah. But she called me looking for it, and I was like, no, I'm not. At first, I was, gave her the FedEx information and their numbers. But I was telling her, no, I'm not FedEx, but what I can do is help you in the future, I think it'll probably be better if you have a mailbox. That way, if you get a package that does, and you're not there to get a signature for it. So I didn't tell you what happened. So she was looking for a package because it showed up and she wasn't there, And by the time that her package showed up, she got to the house, they already came and they gone. And they didn't leave her package there because she had to sign for it. And they left a note on there and was like, call us back. And I don't even know if they left a phone number. That's another thing that I really have to go back and look at and probably ask her. Another thing that I did not ask was, how did you find my number for marketing? How did you find my number? I'm gonna print that out and put it over the phone for later employees as well. How did you find my number? I did not ask her that. I think that's really important as well. So that lets you know what is working. How are people finding this business and interacting with this business? Because there's two people that called. Another guy called for UPS, and he wanted to drop his package off yesterday as well. And when he called, he was more interested in connecting as far as his business as well, and kind of maybe doing a partnership. So that was a pretty good phone call yesterday also. But yeah, I did not ask any out of those 3 phone calls. I didn't ask them how did they find my number, unfortunately. So I'm gonna put that up probably over the phone over here. How did you find my number? So that's for employees later on as we hire people, so they can get in that habit of making sure they remember to ask people, how did you find our number? So doing a commercial based upon that conversation. So the commercial will probably be like, have you ever got home and your package isn't there? Has FedEx left you a note and with no contact information, and it was something that you needed for today, and now you have to wait until tomorrow to get your package? Well, I have a solution for you. Ship Burlington are available between the delivery hours of 8:30 to 7 o'clock, and they have a personal relationship with FedEx. Your package will probably never be lost, stolen, or disregarded until the next day. So at Ship Burlington, they also have a lobby area where if any of the carriers on any given day was to forget their package or no one was to be there, they will actually push the doorbell. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. So it wouldn't be that long. So another key to marketing is the 20-second pitch. selling in 20 seconds. So I would have to get that down in 20 seconds. Probably the first 20 seconds, I had to go back and listen to this video. First 20 seconds was probably just enough. Probably not, because I word vomit a lot. We're at 30 minutes, and I know I probably said this bit. Pequeño. So yeah, so that is the spill, and probably what that's kind of my next thing as far as marketing, and something I have to get down as far as my presentation for those people as well for selling. But I do want to do a commercial. I think using Fiverr and seeing how much they cost. Let's see how much Fiverr is actually. Let's see how much Fiverr is. I have a Fiverr account. What's crazy is I'm gonna do one for this business though. Do I separate? I was telling separation, right? Yeah, separation, ship religion. Cause you don't want to get that mixed up on your own personal account. Everything is ship religion. Selling, buying freelance service. With buying, unfortunately, my primary job or business, secondary business, personal use. How many people work at the company? 2 to 10. To start a project, a specific service. Just exploring specific service. Single task. No, something that will require multiple services. Yeah, because it's marketing. Should probably beginning of it. Yeah. I would appreciate you taking me through that and giving me a discount based upon clicking multiple services. Now I get a package deal instead of a single service deal. That's what I would recommend for Fiverr. You know what's crazy? So the girl that called me yesterday, she was calling. I think it was Chris's people, but she was calling because she was wanting to sell sponsorship spaces and ads. So that kind of inspired me, and not that it inspired me because we kind of been thinking about it, but I also asked Chris, was like, yo, when or what should we do and how should we sell our TV spaces? So that's another thing I have to write down, TV space as well. I think I wrote that down. Yeah, sell ad spaces. Actually, that's what started me writing on that notebook last night, was sell ad spaces. NFT art. So videos. So when you look at somebody that do video animation, so video animation, video editing, visual effects, video art, intro and outro, video templates, editing, subtitles and captions. How much is subtitles and captions? Is that, if that's $5, yo, I'm gonna be mad. 25 English and Spanish. Wow. 20, 25. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why people talk about Fiverr all the time, but nobody really. I don't. Maybe I don't use it. I can't say nobody because I don't use it. But nobody's giving out the sauce, and you have nobody constantly beating Fiverr down nobody's throat. How would you like to hire today? Post a brief. Yeah, I'm gonna post a brief. How would you like to hire? No. Actually, I just want to look at pricing. Oh, shoot. Subtitle and captions. So, hourly rate. Should we do hourly? No. Flat. We want a flat rate. This is why freelancing is